Rest-Seeking Sutra. Here is what is ignorance, that which perceive the same six elements to be unitary, whole, permanent, constant, eternal, pleasurable, a self, a being, a life force, a creature, a soul, a man, an individual, a human, a person, me and mine, along with the many other such violations of misapprehension is called ignorance. That's ignorance. The presence of ignorance brings desire, aversion and delusion toward object. That which distinguish between individual object is consciousness. So that's that is the Rest-Seeking Sutra. Okay. Now you want to study about Kagyu Mahamudra. So different Nyingma finish. So now it's Kagyu, it's called Mahamudra. So but different method, same meaning, right? Ultimate goal is same. So first Kagyu started from the Telopa, then he started Naropa, Indian master, and then Tibetan translator Marpa went to India and Nepal many times, received direct teaching from Telopa, and then Milarepa, and all this Kagyu lineage comes to Tibet. So maybe 10th century, 8th century Nyingma comes, 10th century Kagyu lineage comes. So Kagyu, so according to Kagyu, they talk about Mahamudra. So first they talk about what is the mind, and then when we talk about what is the mind, then we have potential about paradox, and maybe people, when we talk about what is the mind, so mind is subject, we search object which is also mind. You may get paradox about searching mind. Right. And then they talk about once we know what is the mind and how to search the mind, and then there are 2 points, right? One is one mind, two states. One mind, two states. One mind, two states means pure mind is enlightened mind, impure mind is illusion mind. One mind, two states. So one mind, two states, and then we have to study about nature of the mind. According to Kagyu, nature of the mind. So nature of the mind. What is the nature of the mind? So according to Kagyu, what is the nature of the mind is openness, clarity, and sensitivity. And then what through meditation, meditating on the mind. Meditation, only 2 classes of meditation: analytical meditation and single point meditation. So first searching the mind is like analytical meditation. Once you finish searching the mind, then no analyzing, but remain natural rest. Finish analytical meditation, then you remain rest and natural and experience the mind. That is single-pointed meditation. But first, and then four wheels, right? Wheels of the mind. We are not recognizing the nature of the mind because there are four wheels. Number one, fundamental ignorance. Number two, propensity. Number three, delusions. Number four, karma. So we have to clean this layer, one by one, like onion, you take onion, you have onion, you pick out the one. Then you will see the real onion inside layers, one by one, step by step. But through meditation, we can do this. So what is the mind? According to Kagyu, right? So this is the one of the Kagyu master, Chamgun Kongtu Lodu Tapke, very famous Kagyu master. So his text name is Outline of Essential Points. That is text composed by Chamgun Kongtu Lodu Tapke, one of very famous Kagyu master. He said, just realizing the meaning of the mind encompasses all understanding, whereas knowing everything without realizing the meaning of mind is worth ignorance. So now saying, so we all speak about mind, right? Everybody speak about mind. Everybody except the mind, consciousness, feeling. No mind, no feeling, no consciousness, nothing, no suffering, no pain. Everything is on the basis of the mind. But what is real that mind is? Do we recognize that mind? Do you recognize yourself? Do you identify that mind? Do you identify yourself, me, I? Do you really recognize yourself, your mind, yourself, your mind? So that's the question. So that means we do not recognize our mind. Ordinary people do not recognize our mind because ordinary mind is opened by ignorance. When the mind is opened by ignorance, right, then propensity or the imprint of the ignorance, self-judging, we are unable to recognize the clarity of the mind. So once our clarity is completely covered by this base ignorance and propensities of the affiliative emotions, self-judging, we are unable to see the clarity of the mind. Now the clarity is fully clouded, then sensitivity is always kind of like distinguishing, you, me, like me, other, right, wrong, good, bad, all split the object, subject. So it's like something there, me, they, right, good. All this distinguishing. The distinguishing mind is duality mind. So therefore, we are unable to see that the nature of the mind, which is encompassed everywhere, right? Now, according to Kagyu, to see the mind, we have the best way is deeper analyzing the mind, deeper, which is analytical meditation, deeper analyzing the mind means searching the mind. So that's why paradox, because mind is subject, you are searching something, object, also mind, which is experience. So the paradox. mind searching mind. But we should not confuse like that. But it really means that when we are talking about according to Kagyu, understanding mind, deeper analyzing the mind. So that means how can we understand the mind? Right? We can take the example of the mirror, right? So that's mirror. So mirror is very good example to understand your mind. Reflection inside the mirror is not true, right? So the mirror itself is clear, right? If the mirror itself is very clear, the reflection inside the mirror is not true. It is illusion, right? So understanding mirror is very good analogy to understand the mind, right? So when we say searching the mind like mind searching the mind like Endo, so therefore that is like this Gagyu master saying that problem is same as trying to see our own face, our own feeling. You know what I mean? Our eyes are very close to it, but they cannot see it any more than they can see themselves. So we do not come to know our mind simply because it is too close. Right? Mind does not have the capacity to see itself. It is too close, too intimate, that we cannot discern it. We need to know how to shift the perspective so that to see our face, we use the mirror. In order to study our mind, we need method and functioning like mirror. Allow us to recognize mind. Understand? So that we are searching the mind, right? So then when we are searching the mind, then searching the mind is not easy because mind is free of shape, color, dimension. There's nothing. No object, searching object, you can say shape, color, like this. But searching mind is not easy because it's not shape, color. It's free from the shape, color, and dimension. So therefore, this essential point is when we doing analytical searching, it's like analytical meditation. So have to ask, who am I? What am I? Like, who am I? Who are you? Who am I? What am I? Are body and mind the same or different? If same, why? If different, why? Right? Where does mind located? Location, where does it remain? If it remains where? That's like so this have to understand through the guided master, highly realized master, have give you transmissions, and that will receive blessing for us, and that master will introduce you, and then you meditate, and then you experience whatever you experience. You will report to the master. I experienced this, and qualified master will guide you with the blessing. So, so searching the mind, right? Searching the mind, when we search the mind, right? We analyze the mind, and after finish analytical meditation, then stop analyzing and experience the mind. To experience the mind means to rest the mind. Do not push your mind. Like, do not too tight, not too loose. Like guitar sting of the guitar. If too tight, sounds no good. Too loose, no good. So like not too tight, not too loose. Just rest the mind, and so then you experience the mind. So when you experience the mind, then that's think upon the concentration. So that's what is the mind. Right? Now we are talking one mind, two states, right? One mind, two states. So here said that Kagyurai, the third Kamapa, Mahamudra, his text is called Mahamudra, Boundless Joy and Freedom, composed by third Kamapa. He said, as long as mind is not recognized, the will of existence turns. When this is understood, the state of Buddha is nothing other than that. There is nothing that can be described as either existing or non-existing. Means the nature of reality, the true nature of the Buddha mind is recognized. So that means you are talking one mind, two states. So one mind, two state means impure mind, samsara mind. So samsara mind is illusion, right? The pure mind is Buddha's mind. The Buddha mind is true mind. True. So that one mind, two states. So diluted mind is impure mind, illusion mind, and on the basis of this diluted mind, it will bring what? Many pain, suffering. It will never end the pain and suffering because the root is diluted and impure, and illusion mind, duality mind will bring endless pain and suffering in the samsara. But if you renounce from this diluted mind, so which is pure mind, the pure mind will bring you ultimate happiness, endless ultimate qualities of the happiness. So that's one mind, two states. So Buddha said, Buddha nature is present in all beings, but shrouded by advantages, illusion, purified, they are truly Buddha. So there's no difference between Buddha's nature of mind and ordinary people's nature of mind. It is exactly same. Right? The question is, one is purified, one is unpurified. That's the question. There's no difference. Buddha's mind, nature of the mind, and our nature of mind is exactly the same. The question is whether we recognize or that's the point. Nature of the mind. Nature of the mind. Third Kamabha said, wish of Mahamudra. All phenomena are the projections of the mind. Mind is not a mind. Mind is empty in essence. Although empty, everything constantly arises in it. We find its innermost root. So that is talking about nature of the mind. So now, according to Kagyu, nature of the mind is three qualities: openness, clarity, and sensitivity. So mind open. Openness means we should open mind like space. Like space. That's openness. If so, that nature of the mind is no location. It is like space. If you openness means we have to open our mind like space. It means no boundary. We should not conform the mind. Every time we are conforming the mind, right? When we say I, me, conforming the mind, good, bad, we are conforming something. There's a limitation, there's boundary between good and bad, right and wrong. But if you open mind like space, no location, it goes from Australia to India. No boundary. Right? So we should open our mind like space. So when we open our mind like space, then it will cut all our narrow-minded. Because when we when we are having difficult or problem, all the mental projection, depression, all are what narrow-minded, and we are not seeing. We are seeing one part of the mind. We are seeing one side and not looking from the wider perspective. So when the mind is open, like space, even problem, we can do something. There's possibility we can at least minimize the problems, or at least you can cut the levels of the problems, but we will not go to extreme. We can make weaker problem and not go to extreme. If we go to extreme, like we block our mind. Block our mind means not like space. So we cannot go, my mind cannot go from Australia to India. It will go, right? If my mind goes Australia to India, it's like spaciousness. It's like open. So that's the openness. So it's the one quality of the nature of the mind. But that alone is not enough. If you open the mind, right? For example, they give you an example. Dark house, right? No light. What happened? Space there, right? So your space there. And then dark house. There are so many things inside the house. How can you see? When you light on, you see all these things. So, you can distinguish. Similarly, openness alone is not enough. We need clarity. Clarity means according to clarity is luminosity of the mind. Luminosity of the mind. So, luminosity of the mind, right? So, it is the luminosity of the mind, because when the mind is clear, everything is good. You understand? We can all, if I say something like, if I say a word like compassion, how you feel, that energy, See, you feel good, right? You feel good. That energy, that's meant to be energy. if somebody say very harsh, like destructive words, how you feel? Just word. That's how very clear that energy and the clarity, luminosity of the mind. So therefore, so now space already there, right? So that's very important, right? We always talk about space, right? Empty space. Space is full of cushions, but you cannot touch the space, right? We speak all space all the time. Empty space, all space full, house full or whatever, going to movie, whatever. House full movie like that is space, but you cannot touch the space. So similarly, we speak about mind, right? Similar to space. We cannot touch, we cannot measure, but all we can do is experience like. So similarly that so clarity is awareness of the mind. That clarity is awareness of the mind. But now this the two is not enough. We need sensitivity. No sensitivity, we will not experience anything. You know what I mean? So therefore, sensitivity, openness, clarity, and sensitivity. Once we have these three, we will open our nature of the mind. Once we recognize the nature of the mind, we are free from the pain and the suffering. If you do not recognize, you still remain in samsara. So that's that. According to Kagyu. Now mind wills, right? 4. Why we are not recognize this? Because of number 1, fundamental ignorance. Number 2, propensity. Number 3, delusions. Number 4, karma. You can see very clear, if there is no ignorance, no propensity. No propensity, no delusion. No delusion, no karma. So see very clear. So therefore, what is most important is to realize fundamental ignorance and try to cut from the root of the ignorance. Like you want to cut the tree from the root of the tree, it will not grow. Right? If you're not cutting the root, only cut the branches, it will grow anyway. So similarly, that ignorance is called the openness, clarity, and sensitivity. So open by ignorance, right? Means the problem started. Open by darkness mind. Then all this problem started. So when mind is opened by ignorance, right, this is one wheel or one obstacle, not seeing mind. So therefore, to dispel the ignorance, right, we have to know the clarity. Because it no clear confusion. If mind is clear, it will dispel ignorance. Generally speaking, ordinary perspective, ignorance means not knowing things, right? But here, ignorance means more than that, right? We are talking about fundamental ignorance. Fundamental ignorance means beginningless, but we will end. That's the fundamental ignorance. It's beginningless, but we will end the ignorance. We can defeat the ignorance. That's the fundamental. So then propensity, right? Propensity means that comes from, if there is ignorance, then it will bring you grasping, right? First I and then mind. I, number one, and this will bring you mind. Mind belongs to the I, right? I and then mind. Because of ignorance, distinguish I and mind. And then believing this mistaken mind, believing mind too belongs to the I, right? Kind of like. So then, if we think first we are grasping I, so then grasping mind. We grasping to our aggregates, and then we are grasping for my mind, my hand, my head, all belongs to the I. So then this will propensity make more and more liar not to see that nature of the mind. When the propensity there, which is like real seed of the sprout, right? Seed of the sprout, and then delusions are like condition arises. Seed plant, delusion arises. Right? Delusion arises, right? So ignorance, then 3 poison, through 3 poison, 6 root delusions. In 6 root delusions, it will bring you 20 secondary afflictive emotions. 20 secondary afflictive emotions, then 84,000 afflictive emotions. 1,200 desire, 1,200 anger, 1,200 ignorance. Even so, altogether, 84,000 delusion arises because of ignorance. If there is no ignorance, we can stop everything. And then that delusion arises, create the karma. So then create the karma, then karma. So because a contaminated karma. Contaminated karma, which is following karma. So we have no power. We are controlled by the karma. Karma will throw into your rebirth. Virtuous, non-virtuous, neutral. So that's 4 liars. And ignorance, propensity, delusion, and karma. Now, so this is the briefly meaning of the Kagi, right? Now they have meditation like this, Kagi meditation. So we are talking about to see the mind, you have to meditate, right? Without meditation, we cannot see the mind. Without meditation, we cannot see the mind. Mind there, but we cannot see. It is always close to us. We will not able to see if we can't meditate. So only meditation, we will see, we will experience the mind. So their way of meditation is according to deep meditation, seeing, so we can sit comfortably. We let the mind rest in natural state. Mind in natural state. So, and we relax our mind. We sit, not too tight, not too loose, just rest mind, right? So not too loose, not too tight, then it means resting mind with natural state. When the mind is natural state, it allows us, when we relax our mind, right, and allow it to be open like space. spaciousness, mind remain clear and lucid. Relax, relax, loose. The mind embodies transparency and the luminosity. We do not keep our mind locked up in ourselves. Can't lock the mind. It is not conform. We do not conform the mind with normal life. Our head, our body, the environmental, or everywhere, we should not conform the mind. Just relax. From the Australia to India, whole world is universe. It provides our entire world. My mind goes entire world. We remain in rest, relax, in this state of openness, limitless, fully lucid and transparent. Will happen like meditation on the mind. Next is once again without orienting, like orienting the mind subject knower either toward the outside or the inside, will remain as it calm and relaxed without thinking, without distraction, thinking into a state of indifference or mental dullness. Our mind remains alert and calm. In this state, mind is open and disengages. This is called openness of the mind. Openness of the mind. And lucid awareness is clarity of the mind. All aspects it knows distinctly and unimpededly is without obscuration is sensitivity of the mind. So that's the let the mind remain in rest, lucid, vastness, open and relaxed. Then we will see the emptiness of the mind. We will see the empty nature of the mind. If we relax, right, open, then we will see the emptiness of the mind. When we see the emptiness of the mind, how can ignorance stay there? Impossible. Because emptiness defeats the ignorance. You understand? But if if we remain ignorant, then our empty nature is clouded. Then what happens? Then all these thoughts, emotions are coming in within the mind. If we remain empty nature with openness, lucidity and sensitivity, it will dispel the noise of the mind. So that's the meditation according to Kagyu. It's called Mahamudra. Mahamudra means Mam is great, Mudra means emptiness. Great emptiness. Great emptiness means understanding empty nature of the mind. The nature of the mind. So emptiness of the mind. You understand what I'm saying? Is it making sense or not?
Yeah.
Did you recognize? We see when thought coming, right? Usually we have three things Every time thought, emotions comes into our mind, three things happening all the time. You know what happened? Coming, remaining, and departure. All the time. You are thinking, oh, this is coming, this is remaining, this is departing. We have all this thinking, this is conforming the mind. Right? But if you, when thought arises, right, if you fully pay attention towards the thought, so then you're paying fully attention. One thought's coming, next one is coming. Because you are paying fully attention, it will not increase the thought. Instead, it will absorb by itself, because you are seeing the nature of the thought. You understand what I'm saying? That's the point. Thought emotions are there in the Kagyu, you know. Thought emotions are the manifestation of this nature of the mind. They are like, how can you separate ocean and waves? How can you separate these two?
Okay.
But we always think, oh, waves are coming. Our mind is like ocean, and waves comes and goes, but inseparable. You cannot. Waves are part of the ocean. So similarly, our thought, emotions are the part of this nature of the mind. You understand? Part of this nature of the mind means thought, emotions are temporary. They are not nature in the mind. Like waves are part of the ocean. Ocean and waves inseparable. Like no ocean, no waves. You know what I mean? So it's a very good example. Our mind, nature mind like ocean. It means good reason, you know. Ocean on the surface looks like moving. Deep down, very steady. You know. Who knows how deep is the ocean? That's the one. Who knows how deep is the mind? Like, so that's ocean and waves. So that's Kagyu tradition.
Wow.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.